First, I'm gonna create a folder and put it in the workspace. Create hover.html file, hover.css file. For the HTML, we're only gonna need a button and give it a class of hover-glow. Add some text and link the CSS file. To open HTML file in the browser, we will use Live Server extension. Now, let's style the body. Give margin 0, padding 0, and a height of 100 view height. View height is a unit that adjusts to our desktop size. 100 view height means full screen height. To center the element, we will use display flash. Flash direction row. Here I make a mistake. It is supposed to be justified content. Next, align content center. And I will give it a background color of black. Now the button is back to center. Now let's style the button. We give it a class of hover-glow. We will give it a fixed width and height. We don't want anything on the outside, so give the border and outline property none. We want the color of the text as white, but we will give the background a darker color. Set the cursor property to pointer and give it a border radius of 10 pixels. We will be using Z-index to move the elements back in front. The elements are displayed on the X, Y plane. Z-index is used to move the element along Z-axis. Now, let's give the button some changes when it's active. We will change the text color to black. For the bling bling effect on the background, we will be using pseudo elements called before and after. Let's style the before element first. Every pseudo element needs content property. In this scenario, we only want the background, so the content will be just single quotes. And next, we will give it a background of multiple colors. For that, we will use linear gradient. And the colors are inclined by 45 degrees. Here I used 9 colors. Starts and ends with red. Here we don't have any content in this before element, so we will need to give it a width and a height. We want the pseudo element to be positioned according to its parent element. Therefore, set the position property to absolute, and from top 0 pixel, left 0 pixel. Here the before element is overfilling the button. It is because we did not set the position to relative in our button. Now, the before element is inside its parent element, the button. Give it a border radius of 10 pixels. Set the background to 400%. so that the background will be larger by 4 times, and we can use the animation property to make it move. We can send it to the back by setting its setInText property to -1. Now, the before element is behind the text. We will use filter property to blur the edges. For the animation, we will name it as glowing. Duration is 20 seconds. Style is linear. Iteration count is infinite. To run the animation, we will use keyframe. We will set the background position to x0, y0 at 0%, x 400%, y0 at 50%, x0, y0 at 100%. Now the background will move from 0% to 400% in the x-axis for the first half. Then it will move back from 400% to 0% in the second half. Set the opacity property to 0. We want it to become visible only when we hover on the button. Now it's time to style the before element when hovered. Set the opacity back to 1 so that it becomes visible when we hover the button. Add transition duration and style for smooth changes. We will use the after element to cover the inside of the before element. Just as before, we will give its content single quote, width and height 100%, position absolute from top 0, left 0. SetIndex -1, background color of its original color, and a border radius of 10 pixels. Now, our button is already looking pretty good. For the final touch, when active, we will set the background of the after element transparent. That's pretty much it. We get our button with bling bling effect on the background when hovered.